Hi friends, it's Petra here with another Confessions of a Paper Addict layout, and today I'm using the Floral Frame number 3 and I've cut it out in two sizes, a large one and two smaller ones, and I'm going to create a centered layout. And I am now, after I've decided what the center of my page is, drawn circles in the cut files so I could easily create the start of my mixed media background. And I'm using all purples this time, and I never use purple, but I'm using the April hip kit, and there are gorgeous pinkish purples in that kit, so I just wanted to challenge myself and create a layout using purple, because I never use purple, and well, it is kind of a beautiful color. So and I always like to challenge myself, so this time I'm using purple as my main color. I have added that background and I have stamped with that April stamp from HipKit, and I will be backing both of the three cut files I have cut out, and I'm deciding which paper I will use as a backing for that larger cut file. And I'm using the same paper for the two smaller circles, and I'm simply cutting it out a bit bigger so that I'm certain that I won't be having miscut backings. So I decide I want to back that photo with a lighter piece of paper, which is a tiny bit smaller than the pink background, and I decide to also use the die cut for that, only I will trace the inner part. So you always have the cutting part, the outer part, which is always a few millimeters larger, and the inner part, which is always a few millimeters smaller. So you always kind of have three sizes of circles in one die cut. So that way you can use your die cut multiple times for different sizes of circles. So I'm simply sticking it on top of the cut file because I don't want to have any white space left. So I'm happy with the background and I'm happy with that larger centerpiece, so I decide to stick it down right away. And I'm going to glue the backings underneath the circles this time, because on the smaller ones I do want to have the tiny bit of white space left, just to create some more interest and some more contrast in my layout. So the hip kit always has several kits and also a color kit, which is always a stencil and some inks or pastes to go along with it. And in the color kit of April there was this gorgeous glacier paste by Nouveau, and I never tried it before, but it is really so smooth and silky, and it has such a beautiful pearlish glaze over it, so I loved it and I will be using it more often. And it matches that floral border perfectly. So I'm picking out some flowers, and there are two sets of flowers. One is fabric and the other one is plain cardstock. And I decide that I want to use the same flowers, only at one side it is blue fabric and pink cardstock, and on the other side the other way around. And I'm going to make the title with a very, very old alpha from Pretty Little Studio. So I have to glue all those tiny letters down separately because it didn't stick anymore. But I never throw away old alphabets because glue is the rescue of your tiny alphabets. So, and I always glue my titles down, even if they are still sticky, because a year later they aren't. So stick them down and you will prevent them from lying at the bottom of your page protector after a year. And that last word, fun, I start with the last letter, the N, because then I can space it out better, because that's the letter that sticks to the flower. So finishing it off with two little words to balance things out, and then some splattering just to finish everything, because I love to splatter, as you know. And I didn't have a spray in that purple color, so I simply wetted my oxide to be able to splatter with it. So that's it. I hope you like it. I hope you got some inspiration out of it, and show me your work in our Facebook group. Hope to see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.